Do I have to change my name? Will it get me far? Should I lose some weight? Am I gonna be a star? Hello, everybody! Yay! Welcome to Pop Palace. We are on episode 9. I am so glad to have you back. If you don't know, I am Jack. I am the host of Pop Palace. Here at Pop Palace, we celebrate the iconic women in pop music history. Season 1 has been dedicated to the queen of pop herself, Madonna. We are currently on Madonna's album, American Life. If you haven't gone back and listened to the other episodes, they do go in sequential order and in progressive time. So you'll really start to understand more things as they build if you listen sequentially, because Madonna does tend to use some of the same people, and it will really tie everything together if you know the previous knowledge. And so let's get started. Welcome to American Life. On April 21st, 2003, Madonna released her 9th studio album, American Life. American Life is known for its introspective and political content. The album marked a departure from her previous work, focusing on themes of American dream, materialism, and societal expectations. So the production was led by Madonna and Mirawas Amadazzi, who we know from her last album, Music, and it featured a blend of rock and roll, electronica, and it created a unique soundscape. Madonna, having experienced decades of fame and fortune by now, she began to question the values associated with the American dream. This introspection led to the creation of an album that was both personal reflection and critique of societal norms. The concept of American Life revolves around Madonna's disillusionment with the materialistic and superficial aspects of American culture. The title track, American Life, epitomizes this theme with its raw lyrics and minimalist production. In the song, Madonna questions the true meaning of success and happiness, contrasting her own experiences with the idolized American dream. This is honestly one of Madonna's most political albums that she has created. It's not as controversial as Erotica, I would believe, but it's more political and it's very much aimed at American society, not just a global album. It's directed at America. Other tracks on the album, such as Hollywood and Nobody Knows Me, delve into the deeper disillusionment with celebrity life and the relentless pursuit of authenticity in a world that often values appearances over substance. Hollywood critiques the facade of glamour associated with the entertainment industry, while Nobody Knows Me explores the challenges of maintaining personal integrity amidst public scrutiny. Upon its release, American Life received mixed reviews from critics and audiences alike. This is something that we often see with Madonna. People aren't ready for her albums. They critique them too hard because they aren't ready for the subject matter or the new sound. And then going back, people often praise her work in the past tense, but not when it first comes out, because it's always too new, too bold, and people can't always understand or are too close-minded to get it. While some praised Madonna's boldness in addressing such themes, others felt the album lacked cohesion and was overly critical of American life. I disagree with both of these. I think the album is very cohesive, especially if you listen from the top to the bottom. Especially listening to it in 2024, it makes a lot more sense. People weren't ready to hear it, but now that we're in such a political turmoil, almost every day there's something new and crazy, this album resonates with me more and more as time goes on. The lead single, American Life, particularly sparked controversy due to its original music video. The original music video depicted graphic scenes of war and violence. The video was directed by Jonas Ackerlund, who we have seen work with Madonna in the past, and was intended as a commentary on the Iraq War and the impact on American foreign policy. However, the provocative imagery led to a widespread backlash, prompting Madonna to release an edited version. Despite this, the controversy had already left its mark, affecting public perception of the album. I think this is wild. This is crazy. So, Madonna's original video depicted scenes of violence and war in Iraq. The song that it goes to is about condemning violence in name of Americanism. However, people didn't understand that. And I think people don't understand that she's condemning war, she's condemning killing of children, she's condemning violence. But people are so close minded that they think she's hating on America. And whenever someone brings up the topic of America, a lot of Americans get very, very defensive. And I understand why at some points, but she is not being anti-American. She is saying, as an Americans, we need to do better than this. Why are we inflicting this kind of pain and trauma on other people in the name of American life when we don't even have the ability to achieve the American dream? So why are we spending all of our money and time in Iraq at the Iraq War when we don't even have an American life here? Despite the mixed critical reception, American Life achieved commercial success. It topped the charts in several countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. The album sold over 5 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums of 2003. Even facing the critical reception of the album, it still charted and still became one of the best-selling albums of the year. So yes, Madonna does face backlash and criticism, but it often doesn't affect her charts or her numbers. If anything, it makes them better. The singles from the album had varied success on the charts. The title track, American Life, reached the top 10 in several countries, but did not perform as well in the United States. Hollywood failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100, but became popular in dance clubs, while Love Profusion and Nothing Fails enjoyed moderate success in Europe. Personally, this is my favorite album, and these are my favorite singles. And I kind of see why they didn't chart, just because of the audience at the time wasn't ready for it. But I do find it really interesting how they charted on different countries' Billboard 100s, but not the United States. American Life remains one of Madonna's most polarizing albums. Its critical stance on American culture and the music industry's materialism resonated with many, while others viewed it as a misstep on her career. Over time, however, the album has reevaluated, with some appreciating its bold themes and experimental sound. Like with many other works Madonna has created, it takes a little bit of introspection and time, and then people tend to start to agree with it later on. Many music critics and scholars have noted that American Life was a bold move for Madonna, especially giving her established status by the industry. By addressing issues such as consumerism and the quest for personal fulfillment, she tapped into themes that would become increasingly relevant in the years following its release. So, in hindsight, American Life can be seen as a precursor to the more overtly politically and socially conscious music that gained prominence in the late 2000s and 2010s. So, thanks to Madonna, we have artists like Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, and Lady Gaga, who have since explored similar themes in their work, contributing to a broader cultural shift towards more introspective and critical artistic expression. For aspiring artists and musicians, American Life serves as a lesson in authenticity and risk-taking. Madonna's willingness to tackle difficult themes and experiment with her sound, even as a risk for commercial loss, highlights the importance of artist integrity. It encourages artists to stay true to their vision regardless of potential backlash. This is something Madonna has mastered in her career and has continued doing since the very beginning until current times. The album's production, blending folk, rock, and electronica, also demonstrates the power of musical experimentation. By pushing the boundaries of genre and incorporating diverse influences, Madonna created a distinctive sound that set American Life apart from her previous contemporary pop music. Following the album's success, Madonna decided to go on tour once again. She supported the album with the Reinvention Tour, which kicked off on May 24, 2004 in Los Angeles, and concluded in September 14, 2004 in Lisbon. This tour spanned over 56 shows across North America and Europe. The tour was a massive success, grossing over $125 million. True to its name, the Reinvention Tour was all about transformation. Madonna reimagined her greatest hits, infusing them with new life and contemporary flair. The show was divided into 5 distinct segments: French Baroque, Military Army, Circus Cabaret, Acoustic, and Scottish Tribal. Each segment featured elaborate costumes, intricate choreography, and striking visuals. For instance, the French Baroque section opened with Vogue, reinterpreted with a Marie Antoinette inspired aesthetic. The military army segment included powerful performances of American life and express yourself, with anti war imagery and strong political messages. One of the most talked about moments on this tour was Madonna's rendition of Like a Prayer. During the acoustic segment, this performance stripped back the original pop production, allowing the song's gospel roots to shine through. Another standout was Into the Groove, performed in the circus cabaret segment, complete with a high-energy dance routine and colorful circus-inspired costumes. This is one of the tours that I wish I could have gone to. I mean, I would have been like a baby, but I would have done anything to go to this tour. This sounds like one of the coolest ones. Madonna's dedication to reinventing her music was evident throughout the tour. Songs like Frozen and Material Girl were given new arrangements, blending her past hits with contemporary sounds and styles. So, the Reinvention Tour was met with widespread acclaim from both fans and critics. Audiences were thrilled by the combination of classic hits and innovative performances. Critics praised Madonna for her ability to reinvent herself, highlighting her strong vocal performances and the tour's impressive production values. So, the tour's success really reinforced Madonna's status as the Queen of Pop and demonstrated her enduring appeal. It also underscored her commitment to pushing boundaries and challenging herself creatively. Despite being well into her career, Madonna proved that she was still at the forefront of the music industry. The Reinvention Tour solidified Madonna's legacy as an artist who continually evolves and adapts. It influences other artists to think creatively about their live performances and the importance of reinvention in maintaining longevity in the music industry. The tour's success also reaffirmed the relevance of her music and message in a charming cultural landscape. So it was way more than just a concert series. It was a statement about power, of transformation, and the importance of staying true to oneself while embracing change. It left an undeniable mark on the world and remains a defining moment in Madonna's illustrious career. And with that, this is the end of our episode. I just wanted to thank you guys for listening so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And please like, review, and follow this podcast and wherever you're listening. Thanks, guys. Bye.